You know what I mean?
We got a plane crash at the World Trade Center. You should be advised there was just an explosion at the World Trade Center. There is an explosion.
At the World Trade Center?
Affirmative. We have a huge fire at the
September
World Trade
11th, I was working as a training instructor at the time. I took my students to the operational floor to take 911 calls, and I worked as a citywide dispatcher.
Halfway through the morning when the first plane hit, one of the platoon commanders came and picked some of us out single-handedly who she thought would be able to handle what was going on. I was a citywide dispatcher back then. We do special operations. So I was called to man a zone in citywide.
On the morning of September 11th, that was my day off. I heard what was going on through the news. I felt helpless. I felt helpless for the city, but I still went in because that's my job, to help save lives.
Call officer that came over the air, I heard the tower is falling. That's what I remember for that day.
We can get to the base of the World Trade Center. You can see the firemen assembled here, the police officers and and you can see the two towers. A huge explosion now raining debris on all of us.
Another explosion. Where we're standing.
The building just fell. The building fell.
When someone dials 911, the operator, you get yourself prepared because you don't know what's on the other end of that line. You have to be ready. You have to get your sympathy hat on, your empathy hat on, and be prepared for whatever that person may say to you. Once the calls came into our 911 system, I mean, just all hell broke loose.
Police operator 1007, how can I help you?
Hi, I'm on the 103rd floor. I called before. They said they were going to send firemen up. People are getting crazy. They're starting to break windows.
It made me feel helpless because there's nothing we could do. The city was under attack. You don't know what to tell people. You couldn't even say help is on the way because it wasn't.
You're on the 103rd floor?
Any news on where they are?
I can't tell you. I don't know exactly right now.
People are getting crazy.
Okay, is anyone hurt on that floor?
No, not yet. What's going to happen? They're going to start breaking windows. We can't breathe.
All right, ma'am. Well, y'all should...
We can't breathe.
I understand.
If we get to the stairway, should we go up or down?
I don't know, ma'am. I really don't know. Just stay where you at.
Immediately, it was busy, so immediately we just started working, not really understanding what was going on until the second plane hit. And when the second plane hit, it became more of a realization, and it got busier by the second. It got busier by the minute. It's heavy. It's heavy because the officers really depend on us. You know what I mean? They need our help. They depend on us to get them where they need to be, get them the help that they need when they need it. So you carry that. You carry that every day with you because if you mess up, you know what I mean, there's consequences. You're in charge of your units. Each day when you come in, they're your units, right? So you're in charge of making sure they go home safe. You're in charge of making sure, doing your best so that no one gets hurt. I was in conversation with Truck 6. He is an emergency service for Brooklyn. I was in conversation with Truck 6 for a while. He was trapped somewhere and he had this, what I remember was he had a female that he was trying to help down some steps. I remember talking to him. I remember Taru coming over and giving me his location, telling me that he was trapped or lost and, you know, get me some help to get out of here. So those things were difficult because we can't see, right? We can only go by what they're telling us.
The weight feels to me like it's a boulder on your shoulders. And every time this time of the year comes, the boulder gets heavier because you will never forget that day.
Still knowing that people were missing. I lost 2 family members. I lost childhood friends. One of my aunts survived it. It's very stressful. Every day is not a good day. as you know that 9/11 is approaching, because it still comes back fresh in your mind. And it's like a feeling it's a gut feeling you will never get over.
Spend that time still working, not wondering about my own family. You know, my sister had a son, had to be first or second grade. So these are all the things that's going through my mind. Oh God, if something happens to my sister, what about my nephew, you know? So that was difficult to do, but, you know, thank God she was fine. And when she was fine, I just had to continue with my day. You know, I kept dispatching. Like I said, we dispatched till 1:30 in the morning.
The days and the weeks following September 11th were worse than the actual day, because then we started getting the reports of how many perished in the fire in the towers falling, how many people were still missing, how many family members that I worked with, you know, on a daily basis that they couldn't find their loved ones. So the days following 9/11 was worse than the actual day.
We are the lifeline of New York City. Without us, you will not get any help. When people call up for 911, they either need the police, the fire department, or an ambulance.
We work really, really hard here. In New York City dispatches, we are the best in the world. We work really, really hard. We are appreciative of this day that, you know, you guys are talking to us and allowing us to get things out. But we work really, really hard. It's a hard job.
you.